Hey guys, today I put together a summary on one of my favorite books, Jurassic Park. Before we start, I heavily recommend reading the book for yourself, but without further ado, Jurassic Park. Costa Rica, 1989. A helicopter lands at a hospital. A man is carried out of the chopper and is brought into the hospital. A woman treats him. There are large slashes along his body. The woman thinks he was attacked by an animal, not a construction accident like the people in the chopper said. The man utters his last words, El Raptor. She tries to figure out what El Raptor means. She uses a dictionary and finds out the word's meaning, bird of prey. After that, we are introduced to a family. The mom, the dad, and the daughter are at the beach. The little girl wanders off and finds what is described to be a small green lizard. She is attacked by the lizard. An investigation is launched to see what attacked the girl. Dr. Martin Gutierrez spots a local howler monkey eating the small lizard. Martin takes the lizard to some scientists to figure out what the creature is. Paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant suggests that the lizard is a consignathus, aka a combi. Alan Grant and his co-worker Ellie Sattler are visited by lawyer Donald Gennaro. After that, a greedy businessman named John Hammond offers Alan and Ellie a trip to his private island, Isla Nublar, an unopened theme park called Jurassic Park. They are joined by Gennaro and Ian Malcolm, a mathematician in the field of chaos theory. Alan and Ellie understand why they are invited when they see real living dinosaurs on the island. After that, they meet some of the staff, geneticist Dr. Henry Wu and John Arnold. Dr. Wu is completely sure that the park is safe. Meanwhile, Game Warden Robert Muldoon is not sure. Wu talks about the lysine deficiency, which makes the dinosaurs unable to live without lysine. Lysine is put in their food at the park. So if they escape the island, the lysine deficiency will kick in and they will die. John Hammond's grandkids, Tim and Lex, join the gang at the park. A park worker named Ed Regis, Alan Grant, Malcolm, Ellie, Tim, and Lex board tour cards that are attached to tracks. After that, it starts to rain. Meanwhile, Dennis Nedry prepares to sabotage the computer and power system. Why? Dennis had been forced into a situation by Engine, aka John Hammond's company. He had been blackmailed and forced to do work for free. So when Lewis Dodson, who works with Biosyn Genetics, asked Nedry to steal dinosaur embryos for $1 million, he said yes. Malcolm and Grant sit in a car as the rain pounds into the windshield. The kids and Ed are in another car a bit down the road. Ellie left to take care of a sick stegosaurus with park worker Dr. Harding. The small screen on the dash went black. Tim notices a small bird dinosaur on the boat that is soon to leave for the mainland. At this point, Nedry has already cut the power so he could get through the fence. The cars had stopped at the Tyrannosaurus paddock. Out of the jungle, the Tyrannosaurus stood, its claw rubbed against the electric fence. The car door bursts open and Ed runs out into the jungle. The T-Rex slams its head through the fence. The Rex goes to attack the kids. It slams its head into the car. It throws the car around like a toy. Lex is sent flying out of the car into the mud. The car is lifted up into the Rex's mouth and thrown into the enclosure. Tim was still in the car as the car was tossed into one of the trees in the T-Rex enclosure. Then, Malcolm runs out of the car, but the Rex catches up and slams her head into him, sending him flying. Later finds Lex, Tim, and Ed. They think they can escape the predators by making it further into the park. Later down the road, Ed is mauled to death by a juvenile T-Rex. Ian is rescued, and Muldoon deduces the best way to find the survivors is to use the motion sensors, which were used to keep track of the dinosaurs. But the computer systems are still compromised. Dr. Wu and Mr. Arnold tried to figure out how to fix the system. Nedry drove his Jeep fast through the mud and rain. He had to get to the boat soon or he would not be able to get the embryos delivered, and he would not get his money. Nedry made a sharp turn when he saw a concrete wall. He slammed the brakes. He had taken a wrong turn. He got out of the car and felt the rain. Nedry walked around looking for a location that he recognized. He saw the river. He heard a hoot from the jungle. It was a large dinosaur. Nedry ran as fast as he could. Nedry saw a 10-foot-tall Dilophosaurus. The dino suddenly spit its venom at Nedry. This dinosaur was poisonous, and the venom had hit him in his eyes. His eyes burned, and soon after, the Dilophosaurus slashed and bit Nedry, killing him. With Alan and the kids endangered from repeated attacks by the T-Rex and pterodons, and Ian about to die if he does not get the proper medical care, Mr. Arnold figured out that they could get the power and computers back on by turning it off and on manually. Soon after, Mr. Arnold learns that all the electric fences have been turned off. On his way to fix the power, he is surrounded and killed by escaped velociraptors. After that, Alan finds Gennaro. The kids hide near the resort kitchen. Gennaro and Alan try to get the power back on. While the kids are being stalked in the resort kitchen, the young raptors that Tim had spotted on the boat were still moving towards the mainland, and they realized that the boat had to be stopped before they got to the mainland. A fence stood between the raptors and Ellie. Ellie had been distracting the raptors, but the raptors were doing the same to her. After she realized this, Dr. Wu was killed by the raptors. Alan runs into a building. The raptors follow. Alan is able to take out free raptors by tricking them into eating poisonous eggs. After that, they are able to restore the power and electrocute a raptor. This gives the gang a chance to take action and stop the boat, and to figure out how to stop the raptor population. They discover that the raptors have been breeding a lot and they have lots of eggs. They also find that the raptors have instincts to migrate, which is bad because if the boat gets to the mainland, then they'd be all over America by the time they realized it. Gennaro negotiates with the boat captain through the radio to stop the boat. As the kids are in the control room, they accidentally set off a T-Rex roar sound effects, causing their grandfather, who's on the other side of the park, John Hammond, to freak out, run, and break his ankle. Shortly after, a huge pack of compies appear and maul the greedy old man to death. The sound of a helicopter is heard. The Costa Rican military arrives and rescues the survivors. Alan, Tim, Muldoon, Ellie, Gennaro, and Dr. Harding survived. It's implied that Malcolm died due to his injuries. Alan looks at the island one last time before it is blown up by the military. In the epilogue, Alan, Ellie, and the other survivors are staying in a hotel, being questioned by the government. Dr. Martin Gutierrez visits and tells Grant that unknown animals have been eating lysine-enriched plants, possible proof that the dinosaurs made it off the island. Thank you for watching. I heavily recommend reading the book for yourself, and also, I might make an analysis of the book and its sequel if this video does well.